Well, it's a beautiful morning here in South Georgia. We're going to warn you from the get-go that most people are not really going to enjoy or like this video. Why are we going to post such a video? Because it's the reality of what we do. Many years ago, we posted a video of little short video of like 3 big pregnant sows in a trap, 3 o'clock in the morning. Hardly anybody clicked like, hardly anybody did anything with it. Then we posted a video of a boar, 1 or 2 boars, pretty spun up boar. He was pretty wound up, just wound up. Posted that, it was dark, all the above, and the video did really well. And so we kind of looked at that and we're like, well, why wouldn't people realize that 3 sows, and all 3 sows were pregnant. One was extremely big, extremely pregnant. She was almost dragging the ground where her belly was. And it was like, well, the boar is getting the attention because he's a big bad boar and all that. And of course, us as trappers, we're looking at 3 pregnant sows, how many babies that is. There you go. But it's kind of our mindset, and we kind of understand the mindset, but we wanted always to be real with what we're doing. So about a month ago, we had 5 piglets about that big enter one of our traps. Typically, piglets that are without an adult will generally only use the trap generally during the daytime. Like first thing in the morning, right before dark, and then they just disappear somewhere. Part of our job is to wait and watch, wait. If it's a reluctant sow, then generally what she'll do is, kind of circle the trap. That's why we run an outside camera. Eventually maybe come in. Never saw anything, nothing. No adults, no nothing. We're like, crap, Well, then all of a sudden we lost 1. We went down to 4. And we're like, well, crap, now we only got 4. And so for about the last 2 weeks, it's only been 4. So went ahead and flipped the switch this morning, and we're loaded up, getting ready to head up there. Daytime 22, which is a 1022, Ruger 1022 platform, running the EOTech. Nothing. Hog trapping itself to me, all the gate dropping and all that's not why we do what we do or like what, we like what we do because of the puzzle, figuring it out. We want to show this video because this is really, maybe the hardest part of the job. I had a conversation the other day with a gentleman who has done some crop damage permits for deer. And if anybody out there, TV land, knows how that works, you're out there shooting does to minimize the amount of crop damage. Because there's so much emphasis in our society for the buck. A lot of people don't shoot does, and we've got to shoot does to maintain that herd population. So we have an abundance of does, and then when we have abundance of does, we have abundance of deer. And crop damage for our farmers from the deer are not as bad as the hogs, but in some places it's really bad. And he said one of the hardest things with doing crop damage permits was also shooting the fawns, something no one talks about. Anytime you get around things that are really not the way we were raised. I was never raised to shoot fawns. I was never raised to shoot anything that I wasn't going to eat. It's what makes the job hard, makes it difficult, And if we're trying to focus on the likes and the clicks and the shares and subscribers and all that, then we'd feed that machine. We're just feeding reality. We probably aren't going to get rich doing it, but at least it's real. So there's your warning label on this one. It's like, hey, I don't want to see this, and click off, go somewhere else. But we pretty often have to do this, especially after planting season when there's been a lot of thermal work done, not by us. Sows are taken out and the piglets survive. And believe it or not, I have seen piglets, just little tiny piglets, unbelievable that they can survive out there. But they really don't have a lot of predators except for coyotes maybe. And somehow they survive. So there you go. So hang on, here we go, and hopefully you'll stay and watch the video. And it didn't mean to be kind of too strong in the beginning there, but I mean, it ain't all about just a gate drop with some mean boar behind it. It isn't. It's all this other stuff that is part of hog control, trapping intelligently, and not educating hogs. So we can kind of get a handle on this problem. So here we go. All right, so we're here on property. I'm kind of bouncing down through some pine trees here. The really odd thing, you know, when you're talking about these, what we call orphan hogs, you know, they typically only come in the daylight. These guys here, right before dark for just a little bit, and then right at daylight for a little bit, and that's it. And then I don't know where they go all night. I guess they bed down someplace. We had some orphan hogs in a trap several months ago. We posted it, and they would actually go in the trap and sleep all night, just lay down in it and sleep. So if, you know, we're trying to take them out in the nighttime, it just don't happen. I mean, and I guess they're smart enough to know about predators, you know, that they're laying down, you know, in the woods, buried down, you know, just hiding out somewhere. I mean, again, we're not biologists. If there's a biologist out there in TV land that, you know, understands the importance of running cameras, we know and hear lots of stories about lots of biologists that are supporting trapping systems that don't run a camera. And I mean, we just look at that and scratch our heads, because we're like, wait a second, you know, you're promoting a trap that educates hogs. I mean, that's just this reality. You know, any animal that activates a trap is activating, you know, other animals around it, and we'll see what happens. Hell, they're out. But I mean, if there's a biologist out there that supports the use of cellular technology and trapping hogs, man, call us. I mean, because we would love to partner, work together, do research, do it all. But basically, back to the original statement is, you know, these guys are normally only going to come in during the daytime. So how are we going to do it? Same way we do it in the dark, except we're in the daylight, using a different rifle. You know, we're going to sneak in, approach from the gate side, and just try to take them out as quickly and as fast as we can. You know, so that being said, I got to slip on some rubber boots. I got to head that direction, and we'll get back to you. All right, we're right here at the trap. You can see it up ahead. Really weird to be doing this in the daytime. We've had nothing outside the gate. We're in a 3-legged on-time feeder. Got a nice camera with a booster antenna and a mine camera with a booster antenna. Cell service is pretty bad here. They're right up underneath the feeder. Used to have good cell service on this property, and something changed. The one under the feeder's already on me. Hey, fellas. So you can tell they all came out of the same litter, in our opinion. But most likely the sow was taken out during peanut season, which wasn't that long ago. Most people finished planting peanuts about a month ago, but that just shows you how hardcore these little guys are. They can survive. So nothing super neat about this part. But this is hog trapping. This is the real stuff. And it's, like I said earlier, it's not uncommon after planting season that we have to do this. I'm not sure where that 5th one went to. Who knows, man? Got hung up in a fence one night. A coyote got it. Don't know. Our landowner hasn't shot anything. That's one of our policies, is don't shoot hogs. Let us trap them. Let us do our job. But so anyway, before I flipped the switch, I did discuss with the landowner. I said, hey, it's been a couple weeks. We haven't seen anything but the 4. And he's like, hey, take them when it's good for you. So today was the day. So we're gonna wrap it up. We got to get to another system. We got a full day. But anyway, like I said, guys, TV land people, yeah, there ain't. If anybody out there thinks this junk right here is neat, you've lost your mind, in my opinion. But it's like one of them jobs. Sometimes you just got to do things you don't necessarily want to do, but you know it's the right thing for the environment and for our customers. So I would imagine there's plenty of people who got jobs like that, and people get deployed and go to other countries and just do what they got to do so they can come home. So it is what it is. So we just gonna try to make it quick and humane. All right, hang on. All right, so they went down pretty smooth. When we talk about weapons, that's why we're running an EOTech. A lot of studies done on EOTechs, red dots, those types of scopes, holographic sights. Fast target acquisition, fast. Iron sights out here, scopes, in our opinion, negative. At night, laser. Daytime, if you got to do it, it's an EOTech type scope. EOTechs aren't cheap. It's what our military uses, but they're really good scopes. Very durable, very tough. And to get on these guys that are small like us and get them on quick, big time. I'm gonna buzz you around, kind of show you what we got. Here's what you got to think about, because I used to think about this years ago in my other job. How can people do certain things and sleep at night? So for some of you in TV land, you're like, well, how can he do this and sleep at night? Especially if you know about our other business and the type of work that we do there with first responders and military people. For me, I look at one, they're small, they're rooting right now. They're already starting. 2, what are they capable of in 6 months as far as reproductive? They can breed, they can have more babies. And the reality is little hogs make big hogs. It is what it is. So that's how I can sleep at night. Does it feel good in this part? No, it don't feel good. But I know what they're capable of now, just now rooting. I'll show you a spot right here where, as little as they are, they're already just tearing the hell out of everything. And then here in a few months, they're going to be out there in the fields, and then they're going to be reproducing, and 4 will be a group of 20 quickly. So anyway, that's my speech on that. But absolutely beautiful morning here in South Georgia, man. I'm telling you. I mean, it's humidity's high, but I like it. Keeps you detoxed, keeps you sweating heavy all the time. So here we go. All right, so we got a young and up and coming sow right there. So she will be, the experts would tell you that she can pump out 12 a litter, 3 litters a year. You'd have to have a hell of a food source for that. We see more like 5 to 7. So 5 to 7 times 3. Here we go. Another young sow. Another young sow. And another young sow. So 4 sows. So there you go. So some of the rooting, which is funny, but that's them right there. Look at that. I mean, that's just 4 young hogs already starting to do their thing. Well, that might wrap up this video. I doubt when we get back to the shop, going to be too energized to wrap it up. But hey, guys, it's not an easy task, but it's got to be done. Have some grace. As my Cuban friend Mario says, have some grace for people that have to do jobs that may not fit within the lines, and you may be like, well, I don't know how they can do that. Well, somebody's got to do it. It is what it is. Until we come up with a better system, this is it. And again, you know, you look at what they're capable of, you look at the damage they can do, and you look at how quickly this could grow into a larger group of hogs, and there you go. This property here, legendary for us. Legendary groups. 36s all the time. Literally, probably 2 months ago, trapped 10 out of this, you know, trap right here. You know, it's big groups, and you got to wait on big groups. We got a group right now of 24, started off with 10, and we still watching and waiting, because that's the key. Bring all your friends, bring all your buddies. We got the food, we got the Jaeger Pro, and then we're going to flip the switch, and then we're going to clean the slate for months and months and months, and then we lay in wait, kind of like a good old-fashioned rattlesnake. So that being said, y'all have a great day. Feedback, support, appreciate it all.